So, if you guys aren't wonder trading, you're doing it wrong. Every single Pokebank Pokemon I've gotten, except for the Porygon and one of the Chimchar. And maybe a Piplup. Anyway, most of the Pokemon that I've gotten from Pokebank have come from Wonder Trade. So do be out there doing Wonder Trades. Send out some good Pokemon. Send out hidden abilities. Send out good Pokemon. Don't send out Spupa and Scatterbug and stuff. Mad at whoever sent me that Scatterbug yesterday while setting up for the Wonder Trade team for next week. I have to use a Vivillon next week on the Wonder Trade team. Anyway, let's check out this battle. Dodge is super excited to check out this lovely Snorlax. I'm not exactly sure what his ability is going to be, but he could be immunity, he could be thick fat. That's usually what people are running. I know that that's a bulky scissor, just because I've battled against it before. Arcanine can be pretty threatening. He's usually a physical attacker, pretty good for that. T-Tar we've already seen a lot of today. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a Mega Venusaur, and pretty bulky at that. If I remember correctly, he usually runs it with Growth. And then Lapras we have to watch out for as a special defensive bulky Pokemon. So, let's see what we can do. Not a whole lot that really threatens out Klefki right off the bat, so we're just going to go ahead and send him out first. Might as well, right? So, hello everybody. This is DKG's Avos. We're giving away Pokebank Pokemon today. Battle me and win, and RNG will select for you a Pokemon out of my giveaway box, which includes a lot of Pokebank Pokemon. I've got Feebas, I've got Chimchar, I've got, God, what else do I have? I've got Eggmove Cyndaquil, I've got Porygon, I've got Piplup, Defiant Adamant Piplup. So it should be pretty fun. There's also a shiny mixed in there, and a legendary. So let's see how it goes. Now we got Snorlax coming out straight away. Snorlax usually a physical attacker, and doesn't usually take too much from being paralyzed, but I want to see what's going on here. Reduce his ability to attack me, and we'll see what's going on. I really didn't want to increase his attack straight away because he's a physical attacker, and so I went straight away into the T-Wave, and now I'm going to go for the Foul Play. Because he's a pretty physical attacker, and he's pretty special, what is he, special defensive bulky? I think his defense is like 65 or something. Oh god, that's not enough damage at all. Nope. Not staying out against that. Apparently his defense is pretty good, so I don't want to stay in against that at all. Bye, Klefki. Get out of here. So we're going to go into our defensive wall. Trevenant should be able to absorb most everything. If it's Heavy Slam, we don't have to... Or Body Slam, we don't have to worry about. Heavy Slam, being a steel move, if I remember correctly, we will have to worry about that a little bit, but Trevenant is a physical defensive bulky Pokemon that we've got set up right now. So we're going to go into Horn Leech. We can't go for Phantom Force, but we're going to be able to sap a bunch of HP out of him. We've gone for the Paralysis to try and reduce his ability to attack us. Crunch is going to hurt a little bit, but it is off stab, so we'll see how much it's really going to hurt. We haven't let him set up anything at all as far as Curse, so we don't have to worry about that. But we should be able to recover a lot of HP back, and we do have access to Rest, and because we've got a paralyzed Snorlax, we know that we're going to be faster, so we're going to be able to get the Rest off before he attacks us. So we just have to worry about crits. That's about the only thing that we have to worry about, is the critical hits doing crazy amounts of damage. And we should be able to survive with one more Crunch, and it's just kind of a battle of the defenses here. I could go for Phantom Force, which would be predicting a switch at any point, but going for the Horn Leech one more time, should be able to sap some more HP from him. And then I'll go for the Rest after he's gotten that. Oh, he's going to go for Curse. Ooh. So at this point, we've got one more turn. Too many Curses and we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So what we've seen out of him, we've seen Crunch, we've seen Body Slam. I think, was it Body Slam and Heavy Slam? So I don't think that he's going to have Rest. But if he went for Rest, that would kind of screw up this whole idea. Let's see how much damage this Cursed Crunch is really going to do. A lot. Oh, really don't want that. Alright, we got to rest up Trevenant, try and regain as much HP as possible. We're going to be down below half. Hopefully we recover this berry right as we get out of here, but we may not. Oh, come on, Harvest. 50% chance. He's going to go for another curse. It's increasing his defense, but not his special defense, so maybe we'll be able to get away with something there. We didn't get our berry back, though. Come on, berry. Where's it at? There it is. Okay, we did get it back. I was a little worried because it was taking a little while with all the things that were happening. Alright, so we know that Snorlax has a lot of stuff going on for him. We know that Crunch is going to hit us next. We could go for Brick Break on Azumarill, try and get some super effective damage, but I really don't want to roll with that just yet. So I'm going to go into our Eviolite Porygon 2. Maybe we'll get something going for us. Might be able to help ourselves out. Special attack did rise. Para-Hacks helping us out here. And now at this point, I'm just going to go for the stab move. Same type attack bonus, being 1.5 times normal damage with Tri-Attack because it's a normal move and we're a normal type Pokemon. We know that we're not going to get any more status on top of Snorlax, but you know what? As long as we can survive a Body Slam, we should be okay. Not bad. Now at this point, it doesn't do us any good to go for Recover because he's done more damage to us than we're going to be able to take back by about 2. So, I mean, it's really just better to clear out Snorlax at this point. I normally want to recover as much HP as possible on our Porygon 2 before we clear out the opponent so we can be above half health if ever possible. But it's not going to happen. We're never going to be above half health because he's always going to take us down below. Arcanine's going to come out here. Arcanine has access to close combat. So that's not a good place for us to be. He also has Flare Blitz, so Trevenant probably not going to be a great choice either. Klefki doesn't want to come out against that because of close combat, so probably just going to go with Azumarill here. Azumarill's got Aqua Jet and Play Rough as well as Brick Break. Brick Break is there to drop any dual screens, and I didn't want to throw Superpower out there as well. So we've got Aqua Jet on him. On our Azumarill, so we can do some priority damage. I don't expect that Arcanine's really going to stay out with close combat and having a Water-type Pokemon out there. So we're going to predict a switch and go for Play Rough because it's a really powerful stab move. It's not going to do that much damage to Venusaur because he's a Poison type, but it was one of the best moves that we had available. Alright, now we need to go into something else that's going to be able to take this. If we go into Nidoking, we should be okay. He's going to take neutral damage to any Grass-type moves. I don't know if Mega Venusaur is going to be enough. I don't think he's going to be able to OHKO or 2-hit KO our Nidoking. If he can kill this in one shot, that's going to be pretty impressive. I don't want to see an OHKO at all on from Venusaur on Nidoking. Neutral damage from Grass moves. Nidoking. Nice. Good to go. So now we don't want to go for Ice Beam or Fire Blast, even though we've got access to both of them, because he's got Thick Fat on Mega Venusaur. So we want to go for Earth Power, do a lot of damage as much as possible. We do outspeed Venusaur, so we're alright with that. Pretty happy with how this is going so far. I'm going to go for another Earth Power. If he switches in something that's got Flying or something like that, then we're a little screwed, but is what it is. We still have Klefki alive, so we're going to be able to do some sort of setup on something. And if it being Scissor, what's coming in here, we should be able to set up on him pretty well too. Oh, that did a lot more damage than I was expecting. Alright, now at this point we've got Scissor, which could go for the Bullet Punch. And Bullet Punch is going to be neutral damage against the Azumarill. And then Scissor is a little bit faster than the Azumarill, so we'd be able to get 2 of them off. At that point, there's not a whole lot of point to keep him out. Porygon 2 might be able to resist it pretty well, but if he gets Knockoff or Thief, then we're a little bit worried. So knowing that Scissor has some dark moves, we're a little worried about Trevenant coming in here, especially with some Stab U-Turn, but we want to absorb this Bullet Punch as best as possible. Then we're going into a double switch. We're going to switch into Walrein, assuming that there's probably a U-turn or some sort of Night Slash. We really didn't want to take the neutral Bullet Punch to Walrein, but I feel okay taking Night Slash to Walrein. Even if it's a critical, we should be okay. Just trying to spread out the damage a little bit. Didn't want to take too much to anybody. And then we've got leftovers on Walrein, so we're going to be okay. Really didn't want to take the Stab Bullet Punch on Walrein, because I figured if I could switch in on a Night Slash or a U-turn, Walrein was going to be a lot better off. Alright, U-turn is coming out. Just try and get Scissor out of here. It's going to do a decent amount of damage because we're not built to take that defense on Walrein. He's more special attack heavy, or special defensive heavy rather. So he's max HP, max special defense. He's our special defensive wall. That's the biggest thing that we want on him. So now we're going to go up against Lapras, use our Hail. Oh, that sucks so much. Oh, man. Now we both resist the things that we have. The biggest problem here is that Lapras has access to Thunderbolt, and Walrein doesn't. So he can do super effective damage to me. I can't do super effective damage to him. Get that Protect out to scout out whether or not he's got Thunderbolt, or if he's predicting a switch. I'm also going to get that Ice Body and leftovers healing me up a little bit better. So Walrein's back up to basically what he was at when he took that Night Slash from Scissor. So we should be alright there. Alright, Lapras is also very slow, so we do have to keep that in mind. Let's see here. Azumarill's got an Assault Vest on him, so we should be able to deal with a Thunderbolt pretty well. Normally, Lapras are not defensive bulky, they're special defensive bulky, and they're pretty slow. So Azumarill, unfortunately, taking the Hail that I set up, So I'm a little disappointed in that, but with Brick Break coming in here, we should be able to deal with Lapras fairly well. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to get there. If we can take another T-Bolt, I'm going to be pretty surprised, especially with the Hail damage. Oh, but 4 HP. Oh, Azumarill, you beautiful hero. Oh, you beautiful, beautiful Azumarill with 4 HP. Oh, that's so good. Thank you, Azumarill, for finally having the bulk that we needed you to have. Now, Scissor should outspeed the Azumarill for sure, but with 4 HP, there's no real reason to try and do anything here. So, oh, I can't believe that. It's so good. Alright, now we're going to go into Walrein again, because we've gotten rid of the Lapras, which was going to stall out Walrein pretty well. So yes, we're going to take super effective damage from Scissor, or not super effective, neutral damage from that Bullet Punch, neutral stab damage from Bullet Punch. But we're going to set up the Hail, regenerate a decent chunk of HP back at the end of the turn. Not quite as much as Bullet Punch did to us, but the reason that we're going for Hail is that it should clear out Scissor, and we're going to regenerate HP. There's no reason to use a move if we can heal ourselves while killing him. No reason to go for Icy Wind at that, or Frost Breath. No reason to go for Frost Breath at that point if I can go for Hail, kill him, and regenerate HP on top of it. So again, back almost up to where we were before. And then Venusaur should outspeed us. But we've got Protect on Walrein. And so we're going to reduce the HP that he has left. Oh, no, he's got Synthesis. Oh, you sly dog. But the Hail does prevent it from getting too much in there. If you've got Sandstorm, if you've got Hail, then Synthesis doesn't do as much. If you've got Sunny Day out or Strong Sunlight at all, then Synthesis will recover 3/4 of your HP. Synthesis, not always the most consistent, though, so that's a thing. Thing to keep in mind. Now he's going to try and stall out our Hail, but I'm just going to keep going for this Frost Breath and try and do as much damage as possible. It's going to crit, it's going to say super effective damage, but it's not going to be. It really isn't super effective damage just because ice, or because of Thick Fat. Thick Fat reduces it by half, and then we're doing double. So those cancel out. Simple mathematics. 1/2 times 2 is 1. 1/2 times 2 is 1. And it looks like he really is trying to stall out this Hail with this. I don't think he's going to be able to get it quite where he wants it. But it looks like he's recovering just barely more. Oh no, with Hail damage we're good. Alright, so Hail should fade the next turn, but it's going to affect his Synthesis. It's unfortunately not going to do any damage to him, but we're basically at max HP, so Venusaur is getting a little bit low. His Synthesis this turn isn't going to be that great, but next turn he's going to recover half of his HP. And I think he's just trying to stall it out as long as he can, trying to get some HP back, but I'm going to throw out Hail every time, and I'm going to reduce everything down as far as possible. Now his Synthesis is going to be able to recover half of his HP, but now that I'm at max HP, I don't know if he's gone for... This should be his last Synthesis, though. Should be his last one, unless he's used any PP ups or max PPs, because it's 5 Synthesis per, and I think with him outlasting the Hail, yeah, that should be the last one. Should be good here. Growth is going to increase his special attack and his attack by 1 stage, so it's 1.5 times on each one of those. We're going to go for the Frost Breath here. He's going to take incremental damage. It's 1/16 of his HP every turn due to Hail. We're doing a little, well, probably around 1/4 of his health every turn with Frost Breath. And I feel like I should be able to survive 1 Energy Ball, even with +1 special attack on Walrein. We're good there. Gonna go for the Frost Breath. Try and get Venusaur to take a little bit more damage here. And you can see that he's taking a decent amount. Like I said, with Frost Breath, it's always going to be a critical. Every single time. And even if we lose Walrein here, because 1 more Energy Ball and Walrein's out of here, even losing Walrein, we should be okay. Because we're going to clear out that Mega Venusaur with the Hail damage. We're going to go for Protect 1 more time. Energy Ball is not going to do anything. We're going to restore as much HP as we possibly can with that Ice Body and the leftovers. Energy Ball is going to clear us out, though. Walrein trying to get over half health. This is how much I love Walrein, though. I freaking love this thing. It's so good. Alright, we're going to try and spam this Protect because it's the only thing that we got. It failed, as it should. Energy Ball going to clear out Walrein. Hail should clear out that Mega Venusaur, though. So we should be even Steven on that. Oh, the Hail stopped! No, you jerk! Disappointing. I'm really disappointed that I lost count of the Hail. 1 turn. Alright, let's set up a light screen here. Reduce his ability to hit us. I'm so disappointed. Energy Ball shouldn't be super effective. We might be able to survive it with Klefki. There we go. Now if we get the Swagger on, he can hit himself in his confusion. It's not going to affect us much because most Venusaur are running as special attackers instead of attackers. Let's go. Confuse damage. There it is. Alright, Venusaur. Cleared out. Took that Energy Ball like a champ. Thank you, Klefki, with that Light Screen. Now, I don't normally run Light Screen on Klefki. I usually have some sort of fairy move going, but is what it is. Alright, now with T-Tar out here, I'm going to go ahead and paralyze him because he's faster than a decent chunk of my Pokemon. And then just maybe if we're lucky, then T-Tar won't be able to do anything because of paralysis. Then we'll set up some Swagger, try and get something going there. It's probably not going to happen, but we get it! Play with luck, you get luck. Gonna go for that Swagger now. Try and get him to confuse himself and hit himself in his confusion. I'm only going to increase it one time this time, because I don't want to take the chance, because T-Tar is pretty darn bulky. And I don't really want to run anything out against T-Tar. Ah, the power-up punch. Falcon Punch. Alright, Nidoking is not going to take anything from Sand. So if we get Paralyzed and Confused, damn it, if we get either Paralyzed or Confused on T-Tar, the Nidoking's going to survive one more turn. Earth Power is going to be super effective, plus it's going to have the same type attack bonus, because Nidoking is Poison and Ground. Earth Power is a ground move. Probably not going to clear out T-Tar in one shot, just because that's almost impossible to do. But if we get some nice preventative hacks here, then we might be alright. Unfortunately, not going to happen. Didn't quite get there. Haha. Welcome everybody from Douglas. Oh man. Thank you, Douglas, for the raid. Oh man. Oh, Douglas, you're right, man. Oh, thanks, Douglas, for the raid. Appreciate it. Douglas and I had a battle earlier today, so if anybody hasn't checked out Douglas TV, twitch.tv/Douglas TV. Awesome streamer, awesome guy. Really appreciated battling against him today. He's a really good battler, and I had a great time today. He was our first battle of the day. So we're getting raided by Douglas TV, so if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, well, sorry. We went for Hornleech on, well, I mean, it was against T-Tar, so it was super effective, and it was the best move that we had. Now, at this point, there's not a whole lot of reason to switch into Porygon 2. That's the only Pokemon that we've got left, so we're not going to. We're going to go for Phantom Force here, hoping that we survive a Flare Blitz. And we're going to let him hit himself with Recoil as much as possible. 3 HP! Now, unfortunately, that does mean that we're going to get hit by the Sandstorm while we're out there. Oh, it subsides. Oh, yes! Timing! Timing is everything. He can't switch out against this. We could have gone for Rest and let him hit himself as much as possible, but no. We still have our Porygon 2 available. We're good to go. Could have gone for Earthquake, but I wanted him to waste some moves. Alright, what's 3 divided by 2? And how much damage is that really going to do? I think they do the recoil damage as a round down, so I'm not too worried about that being a factor. But I am going to go for Recover here. Download, what are you going to give me? Special Attack, even better. I'm going to go for the Recover here, just so that I can recover as much HP, because close combat's going to hurt. We've got Eviolite on Porygon, but that's GG. We'll blame the distraction from the raid.